Yuki and John's Patreon buffet.
Oh, yeah, Yuki, we're back on the buffet.
Yes.
And this time we're doing a John Carpenter buffet. We did the Carpenters, the band, the music group, the Carpenters. Now we're doing the John Carpenters.
Yes.
He's a musician. He's a director, a writer. He plays video games. He's a very interesting man. And this was a suggestion by Gaba Goulash, the great Gaba Goulash.
John Carpenter. Is he a composer of his music? Boom, 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 like.
That's the best impersonation I've ever heard of a music, John Carpenter's music. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, who was that? Escape from New York.
He did that. He did a lot of his own music scores, except for famously The Thing. The Thing was Ennio Morricone.
Yes, Ennio, that was a great Ennio Morricone. Nobody can beat him.
Right, but the funny thing is, his score sounded like a John Carpenter score. He just used the same probably synths as John Carpenter and stuff. It's a great score though. But yeah, actually, before we get into his movies and stuff, recently I've been going back and listening to his instrumental albums. He put out with his son and a few other musicians, just John Carpenter 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're not all songs. Actually, I don't think any of them are songs that were in movies. And then he re-recorded some of his most famous themes. So like Big Trouble in Little China, Assault on Precinct 13, all that sort of stuff. And it's really relaxing to put on in the background when you're working and just have this like no vocals. It's great. You like John Carpenter's music? You think you can play some synths and arpeggios?
No, I mean, I don't care, but no, I mean, John Carpenter music is John Carpenter music. So, it's like Clint Eastwood, he does music too, right?
Oh my God, that song at the end of Gran Torino makes me want to jump out a window. You ever hear that?
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean,
at the end of Gran Torino, there's a song where Clint Eastwood is like,
really?
Oh yeah, it's like the most depressing song.
Oh.
After he gets shot, the end credits theme song is Clint Eastwood singing. He sounds like somebody stepped on his toe and he's really sad about it. He's going,
he's old now, but he was still old when he made that movie.
Hey, this last movie, Juror Number 2, was pretty good for Clint Eastwood. I liked it.
I did too, yeah.
So with John Carpenter, Yuki, did you see the original Halloween in the theater?
Yes. The Halloween is the best. And then, Halloween 2, 3, whatever, then it's kind of messy.
Yeah, with Halloween, famously, the first one obviously was a juggernaut, and it changed the world. The reason why the slasher boom happened and is still going on to this day is just because of Halloween. Halloween was such a success that it spawned the Friday the 13th movies, all those teen slashers.
Before Friday the 13th?
Yeah, Halloween was before Friday the 13th, and in fact, I think the producer of Friday the 13th, Sean Cunningham, was just like, all right, let's pick a holiday and make a movie. And essentially, but there was a movie before Halloween that John Carpenter was inspired by Bob Clark called Black Christmas. Black Christmas, Yuki, you got to watch Black Christmas. I think I told you to watch it last Christmas.
Yeah, you told me that, yeah.
But you didn't.
I still haven't seen it. Where can I see it?
It was on Prime, Amazon Prime.
Okay, I have a Prime, so I check by next time then, yeah.
It's very good. It's if you like the original Halloween, I'm not going to say it's exactly like that, but it's more of an elevated slasher, right? There's a lot of these slashers that are very just, gritty and stupid and not really well made. Some of them are very well made, but Black Christmas is on the level of Halloween, where it's an actual movie.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, it's a good movie.
Naked shower scene.
Not in Black Christmas, but it's a bunch of sorority girls, and some of them look very nice, but they're not. There's not a lot of nudity, but this is, and I know where you're going with it because you're saying that slasher movies need to have some sort of a shower scene or nudity, but this is like a proto slasher. This is like along the lines of obviously Halloween, maybe even the same realm as like Peeping Tom. You've seen Peeping Tom, right? Prototype. It's what?
Masterpiece. Peeping Tom is a masterpiece.
I agree with you. You totally agree with you. Totally. So yeah, it's like, but then Halloween came and it just reinvented the whole thing in a way to where it's imitators for decades, which probably will go on for centuries of people imitating Halloween. You don't think so?
I know why the Halloween, it started. It's a this kind of movies like top of the mountain, I think, but slasher movies, slasher. Still a B movie.
So you think Halloween's a B movie?
Yeah.
Come on, Halloween's an A.
Well, a B movie.
AB. What is this, a blood type? AB negative? What the hell?
A B movie. Oh, if not, A minus movie. Not
Why
A.
a minus? So what is it about Halloween that you would think doesn't deserve a full A?
Because it's a slasher movie. It's like a cheap story, cheesy story. It's the kind. I wouldn't say stupid. It's entertaining. It's one of the best independent good horror movies. But no matter how good it is, it's not gonna be sensational standing ovation at the Cannes or Berlin Film Festival. So
Yeah, but then what is a Bergman? Like, what's the only A? Like, what's an A to you? Like, okay, break it down. What's A?
well, so the thing, the entertainment or artistic.
But you don't think Halloween, the original Halloween, is artistic?
No, it's entertaining. It's not artistic. I mean, it's creative movie, but it's not first class artistic movie. Because it's a slasher movie, it cannot be, artistic.
But when you have a movie that spawns so many imitators and invents an entire genre essentially of movies that are still going to this day, that I believe elevates it from just whatever the content is to make it an A movie. Okay, so for instance, would you consider Jaws an A movie?
It's a movie, entertaining movie. And then
So you don't think that a Jaws is an A, just a flat out A movie?
just a movie, yeah.
So it is. So Jaws is not an A B movie, as you say.
Oh yeah. Jaws is a movie, not the A B movie. No, Jaws is a movie. Yeah.
Okay, but it's also like schlocky in certain regards. It's about a killer shark. It's about a monster, and it's a monster movie. So you don't think for Jaws, you think that the filmmaking was so elevated that is what places it in an A, and you think that Halloween was not as elevated?
No, because Jaws has a story. Look, there's a shack, but the mayor hides it because it's summer. It's a money time. They needed the beach goer, so he didn't tell the public there is a shack. That's the thing. Is the story behind the story. It's not just more than panic movie or monster movie or horror movie.
But with Halloween, there are Halloween is the, I think, embodiment of like an urban legend, right? Okay. So, or a campfire story where you're a bunch of kids in the back in the day telling campfire stories about like an evil man, and it has scares and you're trying to scare each other. And I think that that's what John Carpenter took, was like sort of like an urban legend or sort of like a ghost story or a spooky story, and turned it into a movie that delves into what if there was a person that was just so evil that it couldn't be stopped. That is just as heady as a mayor who doesn't want to tell the people that there's a killer shark.
Well, if you ask me, then I think between, is that the mother son? What's the relationship with Jamie Lee Curtis and then?
Well, that gets a little murky, because in the first one, it was not supposed to be anything. It was just supposed to be Michael Myers is evil. He's killing random people. He doesn't have any agenda. He's just crazy. He escapes and he's going back to his hometown and he's killing everybody in his way. That's the original. In part two, John Carpenter didn't want to do part two. He wanted to make Halloween an anthology where each time it was a movie about something that took place on Halloween. That's why when you get to part three, it's not even, Michael Myers isn't in it. But for part two, they forced him to have Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. So he was drinking and writing the script. And he said he was drunk when he came up with the idea that Laurie Strode was Michael Myers' sister. Now, a lot of the sequels after that ignore it. Some of them don't. Some of them are, but like the newest ones, she's not his sister in those movies. The last three that they did.
If Michael Myers killing people without any reason, so that's nothing there.
But there is he's evil. He's pure evil. He's the epitome of evil. And what's scarier than a dude who doesn't care about who you are, and he just wants to kill. And if you're in his way, it doesn't matter if you're man, woman, teen, elderly, black, white, Asian. It doesn't matter. You're dead. He even eats a dog. Loomis goes, "There's a dead dog in the house," and he says, "He must have gotten hungry."
Well, if you say so, killing. I think like a peeping Tom is okay. He is killing, but he's filming, and then audience are watching. So it's all come together. Like he's a filmmaker, we a film viewer, and then he's filming the killing scene. It's all come together. So that's the thing I'm talking about. That would be like artistic concept.
But at the end, it is, because in the movie they keep talking about the boogeyman, like the little kids, like the boogeyman. And then at the end, Jamie Lee Curtis believes that the boogeyman is real because Michael Myers is the fucking epitome of the boogeyman.
So the boogeyman killing people with no reason?
Yes, he's just like a psychotic. He doesn't have any reason to kill other than he's a fucking wants to kill. He's evil. He's pure evil, Michael Myers.
Okay, so entertainment wise, that's fine. It's a fun movie to watch, scary, horror. but it's not artistic. Where's the story?
Babysitters, man. It's the urban legend. The babysitter at home. She fucking then the guy comes and he kills and he just wants to fucking kill.
No, it's not deep enough. The writing has a problem.
So what would make Halloween deeper?
Making Halloween deeper?
Yeah, what could make Halloween then in your estimation? Would it be the mayor trying to hide the Michael Myers murders?
Well, maybe if we go deeper, like Halloween night, some fucked up family did the fuck up things, and then his son witnessed it, and then his trauma, when he grows up, start killing people on Halloween night.
So you just described Rob Zombie's Halloween. You might like the remake better because they show fucking an hour of Michael Myers' childhood, and he's like his mother's like a drug addict and sleeping around, and he's killing animals, and yeah, they show him as a boy. Yeah,
I never seen this movie, but well, you have to write it well. But for me, I need that kind of stuff to be a good movie.
So I would be interested if you watched Rob Zombie's Halloween and if you actually liked it better than John Carpenter's Halloween.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, and I will say this before we get on to other John Carpenter movies. I like Rob Zombie's Halloween too. I think there's some great stuff in there. There is some stuff that isn't so great, but people trash it so bad. Dude, fucking Halloween Kills is worse than Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I have to see his Halloween then. I never seen it.
Did you see any of the new Halloweens, the newest ones?
No, I saw the Halloween 1. That's it.
So you didn't see any of the other Halloweens? None of them?
No. And then Friday the 13th, I saw only first one and the Jason X.
That's a strange. Of all of them, you only saw Jason X?
Yeah, because first of all, I'm not really a horror movie fan, and then I don't want to say stupid, but it's nothing there. Like scary, stabbing, naked shower. And then teenager having sex and stabbing from under the bed. I mean, it's all the same thing. It's like just like watching a female prison movie.
Yuki, don't get me horny, okay? Don't mention no female prison. That's a whole other episode. I'm gonna have to prepare myself for that one. Okay, all right. We sort of. All right. I disagree with you about Halloween because I think that the fact that it is so copied and so it spawned a genre. No, not many movies can do that. I think that elevates it even more than just the content. It's an important movie because of what it left in its wake and how many people copy it and all that sort of stuff. So I think that elevates it to an A picture, even though maybe it doesn't have all the elements that you think make an A picture, in my opinion. And we could disagree. It's not like we're going to hate each other over this.
No, I love you.
I love you. So, so what do you think? What about The Thing? Okay, so that's his other masterpiece that people mention. I mean, he has a few that people mention as masterpieces.
I think Thing is a sci-fi movie.
It's totally a sci-fi movie, sci-fi horror. But do you think that that's a well-made and well-crafted movie?
I would say well remake. I still love first one, original more.
Oh, I love I just saw the first one maybe 2 months ago. It was on TCM. And I turned out all the lights and I was like, let me watch this one because I haven't seen it since I'm a kid. I loved it. I thought it was so fucking cool and the way the guy looks with I love it.
So I think, the remake they had more money, better special effect. So the filmmaking wise, technology wise, they made it better. But as a movie, still original one is better without the expensive special effect. They did very well, scary enough, the warning, the watch the sky, that's a great ending line.
Yeah, it's a great ending. But I love the thing, and I think it's also a masterpiece because, I mean, that's some of the greatest practical special effects ever put to film, ever. And again, much like people, I mean, maybe it wasn't a huge hit when it first came out, but much like people copy over and over Halloween, people's like gold standard for practical special effects is The Thing, in my opinion. A lot of people are, and it's really has not been topped. Maybe a few things here and there, but the Thing is just another level of special effects.
But between Escape from New York and The Thing, I like Escape more than The Thing.
Now that's interesting because I do love Escape from New York, but to me, that's a B picture, right? That's a B on purpose. He wanted it to be a B.
Right. He made a B movie, but it was like a minus movie.
Right. Now when we say B, we're not saying B in terms of disparaging it. Like it doesn't mean it's a bad movie. It just means the category, right?
Yeah, category. Yeah.
Yeah.
Subject, film production, film quality, value, those. Yeah. So sometimes A movie, but it was made as a B movie, like a Tremors.
Oh, so you think Tremors is an A movie?
No. It's an A movie, but they made it as a B movie. That's what I'm saying.
No, I know. So you think that Tremors escapes the B movie trappings to become an A?
Yeah, but it's a B movie. I still think it's a B movie, but it's a quality movie.
Interesting. I fucking love Tremors as well, so I have no arguments there. I think Tremors is on par with a Jaws or a Halloween. It's one of those genre defining movies. And you know what's weird is people don't really cite it as much anymore, but the fucking character work in there and the screenwriting is so good in that movie, and then the set pieces and just the design of the monsters and the ideas behind it. I agree with you that brings it to the highest tier of genre filmmaking.
Right, and then that creature, we don't know where it came from. We don't know what that is, but it doesn't matter. It just works the way it is. We don't know what the fuck that is. Smells bad. I mean, but it's a great B movie. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So with Escape from New York, what is it about that makes you like it more than The Thing? Is it the cheesiness? Is it the set design? What is it?
First of all, I like the idea whole Manhattan is a prison. I thought that was 1980 or 79 or 45 years ago. Well, it's not a prison here yet, but I thought that was great premise. I mean, it's a great idea to start with, and then the Air Force One crashed, and then they bring Pliskin Snake, and then send him to rescue the. I mean, whole thing it's a great idea.
Great idea.
Yeah, and then he first he goes the glider.
Yeah.
Right, I mean, it's a great idea. Then I always reminds me of The Rock when those military goes and it's kind of same thing. They try to save the hostage. They just go there, right? I mean, it's those closed place situation, it's always create the tension. And then limited location and then limited time, both rock
Right, the
and
ticking clock that he has he's
Right.
gonna die, or what is it? Is 24 hours?
Same thing, the rock. There's a deadline, then this Ed Harris, son of a bitch, gonna hit so limited location, closed location, limited time, so create the tension. So first of all, that's really exciting. And then he goes there, then find the president. Yeah. So, and then by the way, the special effect, James Cameron did that.
On Escape from New York? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Before he made the Terminator, he did he was a special effect.
You're blowing my mind, Yuki. I had no clue that that's what the case was.
Yeah. Then after this, he made Piranha 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Escape from New York was before Piranha 2?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wow.
He made because he was with Roger Corman.
Right. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, he did like one of those space movies. Forbidden no, Battle Beyond the Stars or something like that. He was the art director or something. Production design. But oh wow, I didn't know he did. So he did what on Escape from New York? Special effects or production design?
No, I think of a special effect. Then he did the Piranha 2. Then he made the Terminator. Then he wrote the Rambo.
Oh yeah, Rambo 2. Yeah. Okay, so with okay, I really respect your opinion about Escape from New York because I unapologetically love that movie. I think it's also another genre defining movie where anybody who makes a movie about like a lone anti-hero is borrowing elements from Snake Plissken, and Kurt Russell is so fucking good in that movie.
Yeah, he was but the Escape from LA was piece of shit.
You know what? I'm going to say this about Escape from LA. I don't think it was that good of a movie, but I enjoy a lot of it. I really enjoy some of it. Like just the idea that he has to play basketball in order to.
I thought that surfing with the Peter Fonda was, cool.
It's stupid, but it's good. Like it's dumb on purpose. Like, again, I think John Carpenter knew he's like, I'm just gonna make some stupid stuff that's gonna be fun and kitschy and goofy. And he didn't. Not that he didn't care. He wasn't trying to make high art. He was like, let's get together, have a good time, make a stupid adventure movie. But there are some scenes in there that are unforgivable. Like I know that they tried to make the CGI submarine look good, but that shit is worse than like Beyond the Mind's Eye. Like the
Understand it. They have the more budget, but movie doesn't look as good as the first one. You see,
right.
That's why Escape from New York they made the B movie, but it is a movie.
Yeah, like I know it was early on in CG graphics and stuff like that, but at the same time they didn't have to have an extended 7-minute sequence. It's like a 7-minute sequence of that submarine going upside down or whatever the hell it's doing, and it's just like, couldn't you get a mixture of the CG and like a model or something? I don't know.
I know, but I really thought they should have never made that movie.
See, but I like the idea of Escape from LA too. I think that that's a good idea, and I'm not as against it as a lot of people are. And I've watched it multiple times, and sometimes I'm so confused by the decisions, but then other times I'm like, this scene is fucking awesome, and Kurt Russell's great in it. And the ending's better than the first one. The ending of Escape from LA is better, the idea of it, because he turns the whole Earth off. He turns all of the fucking power off on Earth.
I don't remember.
And he's got like the cloning watch or whatever, and he's like he's like a hologram, and then he's like far away, and then he turns off the fucking power. It's great. And then he just lights the cigarette, and that's the end. You know, they were going to make a third one called Escape from Earth.
Really? No, not Escape from San Francisco.
Yeah, they could have, you know, what would have been cool is like Escape from Moscow, you know, where it's like Snake Plissken somehow has to deal with the Russians and you got the Cold War tensions and all that shit. But no, it was going to be, I think the idea was Escape from Earth. And I think that parts of it, I read, this may not be true, but parts of what he was going to do with Escape from Earth ended up in Ghosts of Mars.
That was I mean, they tried to make a third one.
Yeah, there was an idea, maybe a script or maybe a treatment. I don't know. Like, I don't know the exact details, but I read somewhere that there was Escape from Earth was going to be a third Snake Plissken movie, and that they couldn't, for some reason, get it made, or it was too expensive or something like that. And then he took ideas from Escape from Earth and put it into Ghosts of Mars.
Yeah, then plus Kurt Russell is too old to be Snake Plissken.
No, he could do Snake Plissken tomorrow. Did you see him in Death Proof? Well, that was a while ago, but he was still looking fucking chipper in Death Proof.
Okay, but he's like what, 75?
Maybe now, maybe, I mean, Death Proof was like 2007, so yeah, maybe now it's. But you know what, old man Plissken, and he has like he's like the Obi-Wan Kenobi to like the young he's like the mentor. That could be great.
Oh no.
And they could say, instead, I thought you were taller, it'd be like, I thought you were younger.
Oh. No, I don't want to see, you know, Clint Eastwood playing old Daddy Harry, or, you know, I don't want to even see Rocky anymore.
You know what, though? If Gran Turismo, it was revealed that was like Harry Callahan retired, and he changed his name because so many criminals wanted to get, that would have been fucking great. A great send-off to Harry.
Have you heard the story, you know, The Rock, the Sean Connery's character?
Oh, yeah.
That was James Bond.
And I believe it. And I personally view The Rock as a James Bond movie. Do you?
James Bond, that was a missing years, right? And then they said that missing year fits the movie Rock Story. That's what everybody's saying.
I wholeheartedly subscribe to that idea. I know that the filmmakers put little hints, but they couldn't, because they didn't have the rights. They couldn't flat out say it. I wholeheartedly think that that's Sean Connery's last James Bond movie.
Okay, here's another one. You seen what was it? The Gene Hackman, the Will Smith, that
Enemy of the State.
You know that Gene Hackman's character. That's the character from The Conversation.
No. What?
Yeah.
Who said that?
I don't know. I heard or I read or something. That character is The Conversation.
Now I gotta rewatch this fucking shitty ass fucking movie. I don't remember liking that. I remember it's being very disappointed by that in the theater. But maybe I'm wrong. And now that you say that, I'm gonna rewatch Enemy of the State with the idea that this is a sequel to The Conversation, and see if it maybe it'll improve it.
Maybe you have a different, look now then probably. Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff where it's not said, and then the theories come out and this and that. Just the other day, I saw a clip of Jeff Bridges, and he said this theory that in The Big Lebowski, Steve Buscemi's character doesn't exist. That Donnie is like a figment of is a figment of Walter's imagination or something, the John Goodman character. And I watched it. It doesn't make sense because there's times where uh, the dude Jeff Bridges' character is talking to Donnie, and it's just it's not there. But I like the idea that there are people who come up with these theories. I love that.
Oh,
But yeah, the big one was definitely the Sean Connery one. As James Bond. I love that. I love that shit. All right, what about do you ever see any of the late well, we skipped over a lot of John Carpenter movies. What about like Assault on Precinct 13 or some of his earlier stuff? Dark Star.
earlier the remake sucked. Of course, John Carpenter didn't direct, but
Wait, which one?
the Precinct.
The remake I didn't really care for. I mean, it was fine. It was just like why even call it that? Just have to have the same premise. I mean, there's so many times that people just take a premise and Die Hard in a police station. You know, just say that. But Assault on Precinct 13, the original is very good.
Yeah, original was very good. Yeah.
And I love the theme from that dum 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 dum. It's so simple, but it sticks with you, and that's one of my favorite tracks to put on in the background and just sit here.
You know, the movie, it's better than you think. Is The Fog.
I love the fog. So now that's another one where he actually just said, "I'm going to take a campfire story and tell the audience just a straight up campfire story." I mean, the movie starts at a campfire.
Right.
I love that. And it doesn't have to be too complicated. It's just simple. It's like these pirates or whatever they are come back and haunt the town.
That's I like.
Yeah, I like that one too. What about They Live?
First of all, I'm not buying it, that stuff. I mean, not the alien part, the grass. That's kind of.
But it's a metaphor, Yuki. It's a metaphor for us not seeing that, and we're always brainwashed, and advertisements are always saying something else to do.
Couldn't they do without the grass? That was a kind of.
But that's the just it's just a goofy touch. But how else are you gonna do it? Where it's just a visual thing where he puts on the glasses and he can finally really see.
Yeah, and then those two leading character. I'm not putting them down. I'm not saying they suck. They're just not attractive. I mean, it's like couldn't they get name actor?
Hey, what the fuck, man? Keith David is a name actor. Keith David is great. He's been in so many damn things. Don't disparage. And then Roddy Piper, he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
No, I mean he was a wrestler.
Roddy Piper was a wrestler. That's how he got famous.
No, it's like, oh, who is this? They're bad. Like,
Oh, Yuki, you're wrong. Now I think you're more wrong about this than you are about Halloween.
I never liked that they live.
Oh. All right. Well, hey, I love it. Maybe it's a nostalgia thing because I saw that so many times when I was a kid and it was on cable. But I think that the concept is great, and that whole sequence where he's looking through and he's seeing, and just the design.
The village of the dam or something, and then those are better. Or
In the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah, I mean, other, alien, and we don't know who they are, is better. Just that shades. That I thought that was just too stupid.
I agree that some of later Carpenter gets a little more unfairly looked at. I think that The Village of the Dam is a good movie. I think that maybe there's a little bit of falls apart at the end, but I think that he did a good job with that remake, and there's a lot of tension and cool stuff. In the Mouth of Madness, I think, is a late masterpiece that he did. But he did go off the tracks with like Ghosts of Mars It just like he could have. I don't know what it is about Ghosts of Mars that I didn't care for.
It's the zombie movie in the Mars, in the space.
Which could be cool, but for some reason, I mean, you have like I don't know, like Ice Cube is fine, but you have Pam Grier in there. Pam Grier should have been the star of that movie. Why wasn't she the badass like Snake Plissken type? You know? Or I don't know. And then the Ward. I'm gonna spoil the Ward. You ever see the Ward? That was, I think, his last directed feature.
No, I never seen that.
Okay, so the Ward suffers from my least favorite trope, I think, in movies ever, which is the whole thing where it's all in the character's head, where you've watched this whole damn movie unfold. There's the characters and this and that, and then it's all of a sudden it's like all the characters are figments of my imagination, and it's all been happening in my head. Like Shutter Island, the Scorsese movie.
Right. Oh, I didn't like the movie.
That twist pisses me off. Identity.
Right. And that twist is like makes me think like, why did I see this movie?
Why did I watch this movie? Because you're sitting there and you're going, oh, I'm invested, okay? And then they pull that dirty trick. That's a dirty trick because it means nothing. What you've watched means nothing.
Yeah. No, the Shutter Island, I hate that movie, really.
Yeah, because it's like Shutter Island was fucking cool up until all of a sudden it's like he's crazy. But they could have done it in a different way. Like, I get what they were going for, but it's like, all right, well, I don't know. That's just like as interesting to me as somebody telling me what they ate for lunch. Like, you just wasted my fucking time.
Right? The ending makes you think like, oh, I wasted 2 hours, That's why I hated that movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that do that too, and I don't know why they keep doing it. Oh, that Identity movie was the worst. I seriously flipped out. I was like, how dare they wasted my time? But the Ward did that, and it's sad because like, why did John Carpenter go out on that note? I think he could have done at least one more movie. I don't know. He did do some episodes of not American Horror Story, Masters of Horror that were really good. There's one called Cigarette Burns. It's like a short 45-minute piece. It's really creepy. And if you should watch that one. It's on Tubi, the American Horror Story. No, not American Horror. I keep saying that. Masters of Horror. There's some great episodes of that different, like who's the guy, Takashi Miike?
Miike, yeah.
He did a one that got banned in America, but then they put it out on streaming. Dario Argento did one that's pretty good. Joe Dante did one, and there's a bunch of directors did a bunch of episodes. It's like an anthology show, but John Carpenter did two: Cigarette Burns and Pro-Life is what it's called. Really, really good. So he still had it in him to make some creepy ass shit. But for some reason, I guess the Ward attracted him, and then he was like, fuck it, I'm just going to play video games from here on in.
Maybe how old is he? He time to retire?
I mean, I think he's been retired for a long time, but he's he does other stuff. He does music. I saw him live in concert doing music.
Wow.
He was great. But yeah, he's in his 70s at least, definitely. I think. But yeah, man, I don't know, like what else? What else did he do? There's an Elvis movie he did, an Elvis TV movie that I never saw.
The one with Kurt Russell?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see that.
Oh, and then Dark Star?
Dark Star is like his first movie that he started as a film student. Him and Dan O'Bannon, the guy who went on to write Alien.
Yeah, Alien. Yeah, that's right.
I like Dark Star. It's fun. It's amazing what they pulled off for such a cheap. But there's like some funny stuff where the whole alien is just a beach ball.
really, I never seen it. So, but I heard Donovan, and then he went to Aliens, and then kind of became bigger than John Carpenter. And then, of course, after Alien, he kind of disappeared.
No, Dan O'Bannon made some great movies. He made Return of the Living Dead, which I also told you to watch. You might like that one. And then Total Recall, he wrote.
Total Recall, the original one?
Yeah, with Schwarzenegger, him and his writing partner Ron Shushit or something like that. They wrote Total Recall.
I like it, but better than the remake.
Oh, remake is just suffers from just creative bankruptcy.
He did the Blue Thunder, right?
Oh, maybe. See, that one I haven't seen. That's on my list. That's Roy Scheider, right?
Roy Scheider, that super helicopter. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna watch that one now. If that's Dan O'Bannon, definitely, because I've had that on my list for so many years. I'm like, oh, a super helicopter movie with Roy Scheider is starring in it. This sounds great, but I never put it on.
It's a great movie. I like it.
Okay. Good. You know what I watched? Speaking of Roy Scheider, not to get too far off the topic, but Liz and I watched All That Jazz.
Oh, it's showtime.
What a fucking movie that is, and that is so not anti, but so different than what Roy Scheider ever did. He's so fucking good in that movie.
Right. He is so underrated, and he is a lot better actor than you think. He was nominated, of course, the French Connection, and then then All That Jazz. I think he was nominated again.
He should have been. I mean, that whole end sequence where he's seeing his life and the people are dancing and singing, and it's like a musical for people that don't like musicals. Oh, I loved it. So let's see. Anything else? Oh, what about you ever see the John Carpenter movie? There's two more I want to talk about because one I think is good but fails a little bit, which is Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
Oh no, I didn't like it. That was too comical. And
it was something about it where I think there's too many cooks sometimes, right? And I think John Carpenter was trying to make one kind of movie and Chevy Chase was trying to make another kind of movie. And it didn't mix, even though I think there's some great scenes in there. And I think some of the special effects were really cool. It just didn't gel. They weren't on the same page.
Yeah.
And supposedly John Carpenter said that the most difficult actor he ever worked with was Chevy Chase.
I know. I'm not really crazy about Chevy. So
I love Chevy Chase, and I don't care that he's an asshole. I don't have to deal with him. So all I have to do is watch his movies. So if he's good in his movies, if he's good in European Vacation, Regular Vacation, Christmas Vacation, Caddyshack, all those movies, I'm fine with it. He could be a fucking asshole all he wants as long as he's not around me.
Oh. Okay.
All right, another movie. This, I think, is John Carpenter's most interesting movie in terms of like underrated. Starman.
Starman, yeah, huh? That was a weird movie. I mean, it's sci-fi, but it's kind of melodramatic. And then Jeff Bridges was good. He's an alien, but it's not really about the alien. And then the Karen Allen.
Karen Allen. Yep.
Yeah. So I say that was the interesting movie, a good movie. But that's it.
I love it. I think it's so underrated, and I think Jeff Bridges is what a great performance. It's really an emotional film. Amazing score. The score in that movie is so fucking good. Let's see what else we've missed.
Only I care about that movie, the ending, that flag stuff, meteor creator. I was there.
Oh, you were there.
I shot the documentary there, so I was there.
And what was it? Is it supposedly a site for alien thing, or it's just a site for crater of a meteor or something?
That was for Japanese TV, and then I was visiting lots of those, Grand Canyon, Meteor Crater, Niagara Falls, those big landscaping places I was doing.
Oh, cool. I love that kind of stuff. I want to go and see more, like things like that where it's like a meteor site or a man-made, that the wonders of the world.
Yeah, then I went to Monument Valley, and then the Four Corners. There's nothing there. It's just, cross and the tiny, tiny things sitting there. But I mean, I was standing there 4 states at the same time.
Yeah, you can go one state. I'm in another state. Now I'm in another state. What are the 4 states? I'm stupid with geography.
Uh, Montana, Arizona, Nevada, and something. I mean, I can't remember.
That's cool. So you can just step into the states.
Yes.
Amazing.
4 states at my 1 foot.
1 foot, 4 states. That's the new porno instead of 2 girls, 1 cup.
Have you seen that movie?
Yuki, who are you talking to? Of course I've seen it. Are you kidding me? When it came out, it was like, and I only watched it because, not because I was like curious in the horny way, but my friend Kevin, who's one of the funniest people I ever met, was just like, you don't understand. You have to watch this movie. It's not what you think it's going to be. And I watched it, and it was funny. It's basically girls who squirted chocolate mousse in their ass and pretended that it was actual crap. It's not crap.
It's a staged, right?
Yeah, it's like chocolate filling or something, and it's like staged. Yeah.
Yeah, my reaction is, oh, this is bullshit. This is the stage. It's fake. So the people watching this reacting is more fun, actually.
Oh yeah.
Believe it, like, oh, So that's more fun to watch actual video.
Yeah, I love the reaction videos. But you know what? They should put your quote on the DVD cover, 2 girls, 1 cup, and quoted by Yuki Nakamura. This is bullshit. This is fake. That should be a critic's review. I would watch it if I saw that on a DVD cover. All right, 2 more. A few more. I mean, he did Christine, the killer car movie.
Stephen King.
I like that movie very much. I think it's got great atmosphere, good actors, a good score, and there's something interesting about the idea that a boy and a car fall in love, and that the girl car gets jealous, and it communicates through the radio with different old songs.
Yeah. So I thought that was an interesting, clever way, and then of course, cars jealous, because it's she, Christine, so she gets jealous.
I thought that was really cool. I used to love that movie. Then we've got Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes, that's a bunch of people from East West were in the movie.
Yeah.
We were all invited at the 20th Century Studio in the big screening. So we saw the movie in the movie set with those big Buddha.
Wait, you did?
I was there, yeah.
You went to the premiere of Big Trouble in Little China?
Yeah, with all actors. I mean, I was in it, but since I was with Marco at the East West, so we are all invited. So we were there,
Wow, that's fucking cool. Did you see any of the actors or John Carpenter or anything?
I don't think John Carpenter was there, but I mean James Horn and producer was there, and then yeah, I mean it's premiere, but it's not like a really premiere at the movie theater. There's no red carpet.
Ah,
I would say more industry premiere.
I see. But that's still cool. You got to see it. I like that movie too. I think it's everybody says that Kurt Russell in that movie is not really the hero. He's like the idiot who thinks he's the hero.
Yeah.
And he actually makes a lot of it worse. Like he's not really helping. Which is a very funny concept. Prince of Darkness. What about that one? I love that one.
The location is East West Players.
For Prince of Darkness?
Yeah.
What? So East West Players is the place where it's the theater company that you used to work at with Mako, and that's where you saw Denzel Washington, right?
Yeah.
Damn. So were you there at the time?
No, when they were filming, I wasn't there, but the building is the East West Theater. Yeah.
That's crazy. So how did that even come about? Did he just know the theater and said, "Oh, I want to shoot here"? Or
some location scout came and they thought that this is the place, so they rented there. Yeah.
So you have a connection to John Carpenter through the theater company that you worked at.
And then the Chinese guy, Victor Wong. Yeah, I know him.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I worked with him twice.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, how was he? Is he a nice guy or?
He's a nice guy. Yeah.
All right. That's another Yuki celebrity story. Did you work with him? Yes. He's a nice guy. Yes.
And then he's funny. He doesn't have a agent.
Really?
No. And I said, how do you get the job? He goes, people call.
Well, when you've been doing it as long as he was, people just call. That's it.
Yeah.
No, and then, with the rest of his filmography, you got Vampires, which is sort of middle of the road, James Woods and stuff. And then Body Bags. That was sort of an anthology movie that was supposed to be a series for Showtime that he hosted, and I think he directed one or two of the segments. It's pretty good. I like that one. And then recently, his most recent directorial endeavor was a thing called John Carpenter's Suburban Screams. And it was a TV show for Peacock that was sort of like unsolved mysteries about crimes that happened in suburbs. But he directed it all remotely.
Wow. Didn't leave home?
He did not leave home. He didn't show up on set. I guess they set up a bunch of monitors. He sat in front of them and he would communicate via headset or whatever and talk to the people that were in probably another state or something. And he directed remote.
Oh my God.
Well, see, but you know what? That's not that odd because a lot of TV directors, right? Say you're doing a sports thing or maybe probably wrestling or the Oscars, or when you're directing, you're not in the room. You're doing it.
Yeah, but the directing, switching the thing and then the movie, like a drama, is different though.
But this was a TV show. This wasn't a movie. It was like Unsolved Mysteries.
But there, right?
I guess there's a little bit of a story where they dramatization and stuff like that.
There is like a B movie director, William Lasting.
Oh yeah, no, he's a maniac cop.
his time. I don't know. He's still making movie. When he was making a movie, 80s and 90s, those shitty B movies, she movies. He's too big. He's fat. He comes to the set, but he never left video village. So he was ahead of time then. I mean, he didn't stay home, but he came to the set, sit in the video village, never left, never went to the set. He directed all the movie from the video village.
Some people like that. I don't know. Maybe these just worked better from there.
I don't buy it. No, I don't like it. That's why maybe all his movie sucks.
No, Maniac is a great movie. Come on, with Joe Spinell. No, Maniac with Joe Spinell.
Oh,
and Vigilante's good. What's the other one that he did? I'm spacing right now, but he did other movies. Will Lustig, he's good.
I can't believe you see his movies.
I see everything, Yuki. I'm a I don't know if I call it a cinephile, but I like to watch
the movie whore.
You're a movie whore?
Yeah.
I'm a movie whore. Yeah, I am. Oh, fuck you. You're a movie whore.
No, I'm not the movie whore. You are.
No, you are. You're a movie hoe. You're a movie slut.
Oh, no, if I'm a movie whore, you're a movie slut.
No, you're a movie scum fuck. You suck movies' dicks for money.
You see more than I do. I see a lot, but you see more, I think.
That's because I have no life, Yuki. I'm just a piece of garbage. I'm a movie piece of shit.
No, look. I mean, watching the movie takes time. It's educating yourself.
Sometimes you're right. There's some movies I watch. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. Why did I watch this Italian sleaze fest for no reason?
What do you think? Prequel of The Thing.
Oh, I just don't.
It's basically the same thing. It's just story is before The Thing. So I said, why bother to make this thing? It's almost the same movie.
I barely remember it, and I just remember the controversy that they shot the movie with practical effects, and then the studio had them cover up all the practical effects with CGI that was not very good. So I don't remember hating it, but I just don't remember it. So that's sometimes even worse when something's so forgettable. At least if something is really bad, you remember it and you can say, "Oh, this scene sucked," or what's something. I don't remember it.
That means it's worse than bad. Probably.
Sometimes mediocre is even worse than bad, because I would rather watch a really bad movie that was memorable than a really mediocre movie that goes in my brain and out the other side. So anyway, all right, that's John Carpenter.
John Carpenter, yeah.
Yeah, Yuki, he's coming to New York in October, playing some music. So I think in Queens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if I'm in town, maybe we'll go and a little crazy.
Has he been in the last drive-in? Never?
Oh, that's a funny question. I was hoping to avoid it. He wasn't on the last drive-in. He was on. No, he was not on the last drive-in, but he was at the last Joe Bob Jamboree, the one that we were not involved with.
Is that the last year one?
Yeah.
He was there?
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyway, that's John Carpenter. Yuki, what do you got going on? Anything special?
No.
Well, all right. Neither do I. But if you guys could check us out at the Yuki and John's Patreon buffet. This is Yuki and John's podcast buffet. You could always get a model set from Yuki at yukinorinakamura at AOL.com. And if you can, rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Re-listen to the episodes because Yuki has a lot of opinions that are just so interesting.
Well, I don't know, interesting or stupid or
I don't know about stupid, but definitely original.
oh, okay.
Original. All right, so we'll see you next time here at the buffet.
See you next time.
Bye.
Yuki and John's Patreon buffet.